When it comes to correcting children's behaviour, some parents use timeout, threats and rewards, corporal punishment, but more commonly now, confiscating or time-limiting access to technology. A Western Sydney University researcher, Joanne Orlando, said, and I quote, "Using technology as a bargaining chip to manage your child's behaviour has adverse effects and simply doesn't work." Ladies, who here has used technology as a way of managing your child's behaviour? In what way, Shona?
Look, my kids didn't get their phones until they were year 7 and year 8.
Yes.
So, you know, they were a bit
Which
older.
is how old? How old are
they? Oh, gosh.
Because I know in New Zealand they have a different school system.
Yeah, it's about 14, 15, something like that. So they didn't get their phones until that age. So, you know, I couldn't use it as a bargaining chip up until then, but I was quite happy to take it off them when they weren't doing what they were told.
And how did they respond?
Oh, they hated me.
Did it work? Yeah, well, that's what.
No, it didn't work. No,
it didn't work. So you agree with this research that she's saying?
Yeah.
They acted up. Apparently, they're more concentrated on the fact that, hey, they
what
don't
am I missing out on?
Wait, so what do you mean it didn't work? Like their behaviour didn't change,
No,
or
no, it's not a proper way to discipline them.
Well, I've used it as an incentive. So I haven't taken it off them. I've just used it as an incentive, you know, okay, I'm going to watch your behaviour today. If you get it, here's your reward. That's great, you know. So it has worked for me.
Well, you know, I don't think this is any different. I remember growing up, my parents would ground me and say I couldn't use the phone. So I think the technology hasn't changed that much. I think I would sometimes when they were gone from the house call my friends secretly quickly before they got back. I mean, it worked in the fact that, you know, they took away something that I wanted. It just so happened to be the telephone.
Yeah,
you know?
the method hasn't sort of changed. It might be the actual device or the you know, the actual incentive, but I don't think parents have sort of changed so much.
Drastically.
Yeah.
Old school. TV. I remember having this conversation with you, and you were saying that back in the day when TV was introduced, parents were scared, you know, oh, we've got to keep the kids out and play. So is there any tips in terms of like how we can, you know, use this as a millennial, because it's a millennial issue now, this technology that we've got.
And I remember the naughty chair, and maybe that's a thing, you know, for how old your child is. You can have so many, if you're naughty, you have so many hours off the phone.
Yeah, and sit there and contemplate about what
you've done wrong. Yeah.
Because that's what the issue is. She's saying they're not contemplating that I've done something wrong. They're just more worried about that.
What they're missing
But
out
they
on.
also have that attitude that they think it's theirs and they have a right to it. They don't sort of necessarily see it as a privilege.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm trying to teach my kids. This is actually a privilege to have this. That's why it's an incentive. That's why I don't give them one and then take it away for that behaviour. We sit down, we talk about that behaviour. I actually have a lot of space between that talk because I have to calm down.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they go off, we all calm down, and then we chat about it. But yeah.
I like how you say that because the research does suggest that you should communicate with your kids about the use of technology. And that's the thing, it's not the technology itself. We've had issues with phones, with TV.
Yeah.
Now we've got phones, iPads and all that kind of stuff. But it's how we use the technology.
Yes.
And that's good you're having a discussion with your kids.
And I would imagine actually that time away from the device would have that contemplation. You'd have that time to not be chatting with your friends and to think about what you've done. You know?
Yeah.
The younger the kid, though, the less the contemplation.
Yeah, probably just a temper tantrum. Yeah.
Yeah, look, our children will be using technology for the rest of their lives, so we're in a good position as parents to teach them safety first. What are your thoughts on using technology to manage your child's behaviour? Drop us a line on our Facebook, Instagram or YouTube pages.